Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles become Power Rangers. I'm Adam Andrews, this is Top 10 Nerd, and let's jump on in, shall we? 2020's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, published by Boom Studios, kicks off letting us know that we don't need to take this comic seriously, as Angel Grove's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers are facing off against the villain Apocalyptopus. Yes, it's an alien octopus monster. Look, you saw the title, you knew what you were getting yourself into here, okay? But not all the Power Rangers are here, as Tommy Oliver, the Green Ranger, didn't show up to the fight. The rest of the Rangers are more than capable of handling this villain though, and his Mollusk Monarchy. Using the Power Blaster, the Rangers secure another undisputed victory. Meanwhile, in New York City, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are facing off against the Foot Clan and kicking some serious butt, just as we would expect, up until Raphael takes a swift kick to the face from a pretty boy Foot Ninja. That same ninja then completely rocks Raph, shocking the other turtles because that is honestly pretty rare, and the ninjas then make their escape. Now back in Angel Grove with the Rangers, specifically Kimberly Hart and Zardon, we learn that Tommy has been away to attend some family stuff, but has been gone for a few weeks with no communication, leaving Kim to worry. Zardon confirms that Tommy hasn't used his morpher though, so they still all believe that he is perfectly fine, but Kim still has her doubts. And she is right to have them as we transition back to New York at the base of the Foot Clan as Master Karai gives a speech to the Foot Ninjas and commends the pretty boy ninja that landed the blows on Raphael. Now this ninja, as it turns out, is none other than Tommy Oliver, who is going by Tommy Marshall at the moment. He explains that he has felt disregarded by his friends and family and that the Foot Clan seems like it would offer him a chance to fight for what is his. Now this seems pretty out of character for Tommy, but that's exactly the point because this is all a ruse. Turns out Tommy has been here for 3 weeks and he has made quite the impression on the clan leadership, to the point that Master Shredder has a mission specifically for Tommy. Tommy is sent to Mason Technologies, which he infiltrates with next to no resistance, in order to steal a highly advanced energy cell. But just as he gets his hands on it, the Ninja Turtles reveal themselves, giving him scores based on his infiltration. And he didn't score too high, like a good average score I would say. The ninjas press their attack, which is when Tommy morphs into the Green Ranger, revealing his Power Ranger status. Tommy does give the Turtles a bit of a run for their money with his enhanced abilities as a Ranger, but Raphael is fueled by his hurt ego from the previous fight, and that gives him a unique edge of his own. As that's happening, thanks to Tommy finally using his morpher, the Rangers are all alerted to his location and teleport in, arriving on the rooftop of the building. But before they can get to searching for Tommy, it's made pretty clear that the Turtles have the advantage as Tommy comes crashing through a brick wall. The Rangers assume that the Turtles are another of Rita Repulsa's monsters, but their intelligence and their skill prove otherwise. The fight we all knew would happen and all we're wanting from the start of this comic now begins. The 6 Mighty Morphin Power Rangers taking on the 4 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Leo versus Jason, Donatello versus Billy, Mikey versus Zach, it's great. Now Tommy tells Kim that he's sorry and that he didn't want to get them all involved, but that he has to leave. And while she's clearly not a fan, she supports him with hardly any questions asked, taking on Raphael alongside Trini to give Tommy a chance to escape. Now as we pull back, we see that the whole altercation is being overwatched by both Master Karai and Shredder, who knew that Tommy was a Ranger and seems to believe this whole thing is going exactly to plan, stating that in the end, Tommy will be his to command. Whatever the hell that means, I don't know. With Tommy escaped and the 2 squads opening up a dialogue, both Leo and Jason tell everyone to just chill the heck out so they can figure out what is going on, and they all retreat to the Turtles' base of operations as a news helicopter shows up. The Rangers were told by Zordon that the Turtles are 100% trustworthy, so they reveal their true identities to the 4 mutants, and the Turtles bring them into their base, with April O'Neil showing up to give the Turtles an earful for causing a scene and almost getting exposed. It's now that the Rangers finally meet Master Splinter and get to work coming up with a plan. Tommy, on the other hand, has met up with Shredder and Master Karai deep underground in the Technodrome, and here he offers Shredder the energy cell for the opportunity to join the Foot's Jonin Elite. We now finally get to learn exactly what Tommy is up to, as he pulls a seemingly random Foot ninja named Tyler into a side area, revealing that Tyler's stepfather had gone to Tommy worried as Tyler had joined up with this culty group group of ninja. Unfortunately for Tommy though, Tyler is more loyal to Shredder than we thought, and he stuns Tommy, incapacitating the Ranger, with Shredder showing up to accept Tyler's offer for elite status. Later on, we learn a bit more about Tyler and Tommy's relationship. The pair grew up in a boys' home, fighting the same fights and being the bestest of buds, up until Tommy got adopted and moved away to California, leaving Tyler feeling abandoned and struggling to survive on his own. Really, it's just a plot device for this whole comic to be even happening, so for that, I'm thankful, but it's not terribly important. Meanwhile, we pick up with both the Ninja Turtles and the Rangers as they have split into teams. April O'Neil and Kimberly Hart set up a Channel 6 News looking for any ups in the crime rate in certain areas to help narrow down the search area for Tommy. Donatello and Billy get to work back at the Turtles' base, creating some tech like a Morpher radiation tracker, and, well, Donnie just kinda shows Billy the turtle robot Metalhead and his shrinking ray that he made because it's a comic and shrinking rays are dope. As for everyone else, Trini, Zach, Jason, Leonardo, Michelangelo, and Raphael are out in the field and set up a surprise attack on Master Karai after being tipped off about a ninja star found at that location. Obviously, these foot ninjas, who are basically kids in pajamas, don't really put up much of a challenge, but Karai is holding off Leo and Jason as they are discussing how they should be countering her moves, so of course, Trini just comes up and knocks out Karai cold. The Rangers and Turtles question Karai about the whereabouts of Tommy and the Technodrome with little success. Meanwhile, Tommy wakes back up to find himself trapped in a cage being overlooked by Shredder, who then goes on to reveal he knows who Tommy is and that apparently Shredder has allies in Dimension X for Extreme. When Tommy morphs and tries to challenge Shredder, well, he straight up denies the challenge and blasts Tommy with some unknown energy weapon, demorphing him and knocking him out cold. Shredder then takes the Dragon Power Coin. Dun dun dun! This transitions immediately to the Power Rangers Rita Repulsa and her goons on the Moon Palace, where she picks up on the energy change in the Power Coin and is met by Bebop, Rocksteady, and of course, Master Shredder. Rita tries to threaten Shredder into giving her the coin, but instead, he uses it himself, transforming into a Master Shredder-styled Green Dragon Power Ranger, and yes, it is as cool as you think it would be. Rita and Shredder begin to fight, and Shredder, with the power of the Ranger, is a match for Rita and her powerful abilities, but as they fight, they eventually come to an agreement to work together against the Turtles and the Rangers, pausing their fight until their mutual goals are achieved. Now back at the Turtle base, the Rangers and Turtles are taking a breather when Zordon communicates in that they have picked up a massive discharge of Morphin energy just outside the city and that they will teleport our heroes in as close as they can. But like a bunch of Goombas, the Rangers decide to handle this alone, leaving the Turtles behind. Arriving at the dockyards, the Power Rangers suspect a trap, and they are exactly right as they stumble upon Power Ranger Shredder, who then lets off a massive energy blast which completely demorphs all the Rangers and blankets the area in a disruption field, blocking them from morphing back, or communicating with anybody. The Rangers may be without their powers, but they still have skill, and it's 5-on-1, so they are holding up as best as they can until the Rangers are joined by Casey Jones, who was called in by the Turtles. All the big names are showing up in this comic, and no one is complaining. But still, Shredder has got backup too, meaning Rita Repulsa's putty soldiers. So unsurprisingly, the Power Rangers try to hightail it out of there, out of the disruption field, which is when Zordon teleports them all out of there, and Shredder signals Rita that the Rangers are depowered and she can begin her part of the plan. That part of the plan was to send down a monster to attack New York's Times Square, specifically a pyro kitty from outer space called Wildfire, and that's spelled with Y's instead of I's because it's Power Rangers, man, what did you expect? With the Rangers now unable to access their power coins and the fight being moved to two separate fronts with Tommy needing to be saved and Wildfire needing to be stopped, Billy makes a rather radical suggestion, handing over the still active power coins to the Ninja Turtles and April O'Neil. Being teleported onto a rooftop near Times Square, the Turtles and April do their best impression of the Power Rangers morphin sequence, Donnie in black, April in pink, Leo in blue, Mikey in yellow, and Raph in red. They morph into the Turtle Rangers, and it's awesome. Meanwhile, the Rangers get a pep talk from Master Splinter about how inside they're still Rangers, even without their added abilities, and so they suit up to become Ninja Rangers, and honestly, this is also giving me quite a bit of tingles. As the Turtle Rangers take on Wildfire, the Ninja Rangers alongside Casey Jones follow a tracker placed on Shredder by Billy during their fight that brings them to the Technodrome. The Rangers infiltrate the base and make their way to Tommy, rescuing him before this creepy scientist dude can take some samples. Now as they attempt to escape, escape, they are set upon by foot soldiers being led by Tyler. Back with the Turtle Rangers though, Wildfire's antics are starting to cause real damage, and so the Turtles pull together all their Ranger weapons for a power blast. But just before they let that off, they gotta do it with a big old cowabunga, dude, and they like blast them out. It's pretty cool. Unfortunately though, back at the Technodrome, the Ninja Rangers get a curveball when they are attacked by a combination of the Foot Clan's elite soldiers with the putty substance that makes up Rita's putty soldiers. On the plus side though, these putty soldier elites don't differentiate between the Rangers and the foot soldier elites they were fighting before, and after being attacked, Tyler orders the elites to change sides and escape alongside the Rangers. Win. That's a win. Boom. Now, on the back foot, Shredder and Rita move the Technodrome to the surface, busting out into Central Park, and they release Rocksteady and Bebop, giving them a huge power boost, with Rita growing the mutants to gargantuan size. But you know what that means? With the Rangers still depowered, the Turtle Rangers get to jump into the Megazord and take the fight to the giant mutants. While they do put up a good fight, unfortunately Shredder controlling the Dragon Zord shows up to give his goons some backup. With the Megazord facing 3 powerful Goliaths, the Turtles are doing their best to just buy themselves more time. More time for the Rangers to show up piloting a unique Zord of their own. Modifying the Turtle android Metalhead and using the Shrinking Ray to make Metalhead absolutely massive, the Rangers have created the best emergency Zord I have ever seen, using it to put Rocksteady and Bebop out of the fight. With Shredder realizing his time is limited, he teleports out him and Rita using the Technodrome to charge up a massive blast to bring down the Rangers and the Turtles, but nuh-uh. The Megazord, with its adaptability, splits apart and begins to combine with Metalhead to create the Turtle Megazord, which is so awesome, and they use it to destroy the Technodrome. With the villains retreating even further to Rita's Moon Palace, the Rangers and Turtles, or should I say Donnie, Billy, and Alpha 5, figure out how to get the Rangers back in control of their power coins, and as a single unit, the Turtles and Rangers attack the villains, beating Shredder, taking back the Dragon Coin for Tommy, and causing Rita to betray her ally and use her sorcery to help all the villains escape to Dimension X to find Shredder's allies. And that's where the story ends, minus a few little wrapping up of some plot points, but this is all the time I've got left. So, thank you guys so much for watching here on Top 10 Nerd. I'm Adam Andrews. I'll catch you all on the flippy flop. Peace out, nerds!